Good morning, grand rising, and blessings to each of you as we begin another day, or at least for me, it's the beginning of another day. For some of you, it might be an evening or mid morning or wherever you are around the world. Today is a gift, and every day is a gift. And the message this morning was be light and love. I want to thank you all for joining me every Friday morning and sharing me with your world and your friends, etc. It's always a joy and a pleasure to greet the morning with a clear mind and an open field of awareness. And I do that specifically on Friday mornings. Morning, Laura. Good morning, Melissa. Good Friday to all of you. And for some, it may be Saturday already. I don't know. It's so today's message is it's really simple. It's really simple. We make it complicated, but if we let go of complication and allow our analytical brain to go on vacation for a few moments, uh, we become light and love because that's what we truly are. And peace is the result of light and love. And this has been my story for 29 years. And every day I learn something new about being light and love. And just when we think oh, aha, eureka, I found it, something pops up to remind us that we can move even deeper into being the light and love that we truly are. So, yes, thank you for your light and love that you're sending and your gratitude and your blessings. So, you know, once again, it's a simple message, yet it's truly and definitely a challenge to maintain our higher vibration of light and love in this world of the third dimension and its density. And not only that, we have a history of humanity that has tended to confuse things and uh, hide things and manipulate things and control things. And there's nothing wrong with that in the sense of what we call right or wrong. But what we are all witnessing now is this amazing change, this amazing change. And we see the increase in both fear and an increase in um, opening our hearts simultaneously, paralleling each other, almost as if it's a face off and who's going to win. There's no win or lose. What there is a coming into ourselves to know who we are truly, what we're capable of, which is far much more than we've been taught and told. And when we look around the world, what uh, we see that we're not really utilizing the gifts that we truly have on the discoveries that we are now discovering for the greater whole of the planet, not just us, not just the animals, not just nature, not just the water, everything, because we are all of that. No matter what we do on this planet as physical beings, we're doing it to ourselves. And when we come to that, realize that moment of, wow, you mean that when I do this, it's, yes, we have to become responsible for our actions and our thoughts. And that's what this morning is all about. This is what all this field of light is about. This field of love is really and truly about. And no matter where we live on the planet, global change is happening. It's, I don't care if you're here in the southwest coast of Maine here, or you're in the deepest, darkest jungles of another nation. It's happening. And the only difference is how aware are you of it? And when you become aware of it, what are you doing? So again, back to being light and love. When we choose light and love as the path, everything starts to become cohesive. Everything starts to blend and mold into each other in a way that is harmonious, and it has a resonance that is beyond our human ability to truly describe it. But many will speak to you about heart resonance. It's the resonance of the heart, the heartbeat, because without the heartbeat, we don't exist. And so this is key. Our physical beingness is key to this. And that came to me this morning as I was writing my show notes, which you can read in my blog maybe next week or whenever I get them on my blog. Sometimes it takes longer to do that than it does to prepare it for a show. So I want to plant a seed today. And the seed, it's a seed of thought. And I want to place it into your awareness. Not that you don't already have it there. And for those of you who do have it, I'm just going to water it a little and, stir up the soil so that it's safely planted and the wind won't blow it away, or, the storm won't beat it down. And the seed comes from a Sanskrit prayer. And I was reminded of this morning in an email. And let me start with the first reading of today that I read, and it's from Gabriel, Shanta Gabriel. The teachers you seek are truth and wisdom. They are within you. So that was my seed thought for this whole talk. And then I received an email from a friend on the Good of the Whole, who had taken some pictures, a picture of a heron and a turtle. And he sat with that heron for a long time and never noticed the turtle until he processed the photograph. And he sent me the beautiful messages that he received from the heron and the turtle. And the message that I took from that was, isn't it interesting how we can show up together in a picture and yet not be fearful or show fear or show any emotion at all. And yet in the world around us, we could be actual enemies of each other. And not enemies to say, I hate you, but just opposing survival mechanisms that we use. So the turtle has a different survival mechanism than the heron does. And yet there they are in the same picture, at peace, in the sun and in the water, both rising together without any animosity, no trying to attack each other, just peacefully there, sharing the light of the sun. That picture reminded me of how, when I look at the world, and we look at the world today, and we look at what's happening in different countries, and we look at the disturbance and the malevolence, and the humans attacking humans, and adults attacking children, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's time to let that go. And we all know it. And each of us have a place within us to come to allow that to go. And in the evenings, I do with Tony Two Cats at Kirtan. He sings and plays kirtan songs, and for an hour we do that. And in that process, we release things that we're not consciously aware of, just in that sound vibration on the intentions of those different kirtan songs, which are, some of them are mantras, some of them are just ancient Sanskrit. And the one that I wanted to bring up, which came up this morning as I read that email and tapped into the world around me, was every one of us, every one of us. That's a verse in this. And the chant is Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. And the message of that is that we are here as human beings and asking for happiness and freedom for everyone. And that in the verses that we sing, we add to, we shine like diamonds. And so I'm going to read the verses to you. And that'll be in the blog notes later on when it's posted. But it's Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings in the world be happy and free. And we shine like diamonds in the sun. Every one of us, every one of us. We shine and we shine. 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 That's who we truly are. We are these shining lights. And the message is that through light and love, we can change the world, first by changing within ourselves. And the key to becoming aware of all of this is beginning here in our physical bodies. So we are witness to whatever is going on around us. But everything around us really is only a reflection to this physical body. The work we really need to tap into is here in our hearts, here in our physical beingness. And as we look around the world, we see so many people who are dying. And so today everybody would say that it's the virus that's killing everyone. Yet the greatest death toll is to heart failure. This is what the last moment is when the heart stops. That's the message. And we need to take care of these hearts, not just in a semantic way, but take care of them in a physical way. And how do we do that? Let's take a look at what we do in our daily life that is affecting our physical heart, affecting our physical body, our energy fields. And tap into that and say, there's got to be something, a better way, or I love this product, but this is not doing any good for my vehicle, because the body is our vehicle. We are something that can't really be described. All the poetry, all the religions, all of the teachings, all of the words that we've used throughout the history of our presence here still cannot fully describe who we are. We now have scientists going into the genome. We have other science going into the quantum field, trying to discover who and what and how we are. And the truth is, we'll never know. We'll never really know until we return to the source of what we are. And that in itself is another whole story. The question is, what do we do now, here, in these physical bodies, on this physical planet Earth, that will emulate and transmit that which we truly are as light and love? And I'm just going to use the words light and love. How do we transform that within our physical bodies? Because if we don't do it here, how do we expect to send it out from here to the world? So the message is, come home. Come home into that bodies, the bodies of the heron and the turtle who stood beside each other. Oh, on another day, maybe one may be a food source for the other, or one may be a threat to the other. Let's come back into the presence, that light, that love, and that peace that we truly are, and create a higher vibration within ourselves. And from that higher vibration within us, let's emanate that into the world. Gaza is under attack, yes. And I see your thing. And that was one of my readings this morning, was a prayer about that, for peace. Mother Nature calling us to make a change. Yes, because Mother Nature, the nature of planet Earth, is also suffering as much as we are suffering. You see, it's all together. It's all one. What you're looking at is, oh, this is Palestine. This is planet Earth. This is me. There's no separation. This is the message. There's no separation. It's not the turtle and the heron. It's not the human and the land. It's not one section of the world against another. It's not one religion against another, one philosophy against it, one science against another. There's no separation. This is the message. There's no separation. That what we do in one field of our beingness affects every field. This is how powerful we are. Hello, hello, hello. We're taught that we're weak. We're taught that we don't have the ability to understand. We're taught that you can't do this because you don't have a piece of paper that says you have the education. Can't do this because we don't have this blah, 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 blah. We can't. That's what the world says. The society that we've created has created a container within a container. And that's what we've done in our own bodies. By listening to all of that information, that misinformation, and not tapping into ourselves and setting ourselves free. What was the words? We shine like diamonds in the sun. We are the diamonds. We are these crystalline, precious crystalline diamonds of light and love and peace. And we got to rise. We're coming out. This is what we're doing. We're coming out. We're transforming. We're evolving. We're evolving because everything around us is evolving and has to evolve, because we've come to a point where if we continue going in this pattern, we will all self-destruct. So there is no anybody out there, and there is no enemy out there. The true enemy is our not being willing to accept our responsibilities for ourselves and stand in our righteous sovereignty and know that all that is needed right now is to come back into the field of our light and our love and start sending it to us first. Bring it in. Bring it in. Fill yourself with that. I know we all have pain. We all have suffering. We all have our experience loss. That is part of the human experience. But we, as these amazing beings that dwell in this human existence, are powerful beyond our wisdom. And so as we move through this, part of the issue is that each of us are being hit with low energy. We feel depressed. We feel sad. We don't have enough energy or desire, no will to do anything. And we've been in isolation and separation. And what has happened is our energy fields have become separated. It's created a separation in our energy fields. And now we're getting a little reprieve and we're able to come back together again. So as we come back together again, what are we going to do with those energy fields? Let's first clean them up within us. Come to a place where we remember that we have choices. Even though the world says, no, this is your choice, choose A, choose B, or C. That's what they're offering. That's what the world offers. Because the world is not concerned about you as the divine being you are. It's concerned about you as a commodity. Humans are now being treated as a commodity. And this is just coming through right now. This is not in my show notes. But this is what's happened, is we are now a product. And we're going to move the product from this shelf to that shelf. And this is what's happened, is we've lost the respect, the self-respect of the greatness, the potential, the divine potential of what humanity is in the greater system of life. Let's just take a deep breath. I'm tired from speaking. And I have to listen to these after I stop, because even though I write show notes and all of this stuff, this is the amazing power that is flowing through each one of us. It's not just me. I'm just have this gifted opportunity to be here and do this, but each one of you are receiving messages on your own. And I want you to listen to those messages deeply and clearly. And they may sound crazy. They may sound totally out of the normal, what we call normal. But ask yourself this question: is it going to change me for the better? Will I, by doing and listening to these thoughts and this information, will I not only become well again, but be able to share this wellness with others, that they may also tap into that energy and heal? We're in a period of healing. And yes, it is painful. But just like you see the bandage on my thing, that hurts. I cut myself with a saw. Yet it's healing. So there's pain, yet there's healing going on at the same time. And all of those neurons and the tissues are regathering together. And it will be whole again. This is what we're doing. We are doing this as a collective humanity. All of us as individual cells, if you will, in the body are coming back together to be whole again. That's the analogy. And so when we take time for ourselves and our bodies, and when we sing songs that are pleasing and have a nice rhythm. So this is what kirtan is. It's a chant. It's more of a sound vibration than it is the words we're speaking that are affecting our body. When we listen to music that is of different frequencies, we are changing the frequencies within our body. Just like these bowls that I have here. Feel the energy. It's just sound, but it has an energy. Everything around us has an energy. And those bowls I rang are your 3 upper chakras. They're the throat, the pineal gland, and the crown chakra. And I play those often because that's the connection to the greater higher self. When we listen to the lower frequencies, we can listen to them for healing, to change the energy fields in our lower chakras. When we sing a kirtan or a song or a mantra, or when we add our voice to anything, we become the creator being of that energy. And in that moment, you can't create it if you don't allow it to come through you. And this is the message this morning that hit me really hard, really deep. I have to create the peace and the love and the light. I have to keep it moving through me. Not that I've not been aware of this for a long time, but today it was just profound. Keep going, Charlie. That was the message. Even when you doubt that it has any power, just keep going. Keep moving that energy through you and sharing it with others as a blessing to them. And this is what each of us here that come together to listen to people like myself and each other, and many of you probably have your own talk show inside of you. And it's time for you to start that, whether it's, just with your family or your neighbor. And yes, at first you will be ridiculed. You may be, people will think you're crazy. But when they witness the change in your patterns, when they witness the change in your health, in your wellness, in your abundance, your sense of abundance, when you realign with the greater whole of existence, you come back into balance. And that's all that this really is. That's all about the light and the love, is to come back into balance and broadcast that balance into the fields of darkness. It's like the sun dispels the darkness. The light comes, the darkness fades. The light fades, the darkness. It's the yin and the yang. All of the teachings, everything is wrapped up in this process. And that's where we are as a collective humanity right now. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. At the end of my show notes, when I came to that realization, I put the link to Sting's song, It's a Brand New Day. I encourage you to go listen to that song, Brand New Day by Sting. And that's what many of us have been saying for years. But we didn't know what it would look like. We didn't know what it would feel like. But now we're realizing that when we tap into that heart resonance, if you know, this is the heart, the opening of this heart. Yes, it hurts. But just like the cut on my finger, it only hurts until it starts to heal. And then the healing process takes over, and you no longer remember it unless you bang it on something. And there's lots of things to bump into in the world as we're healing our hearts. But I want you to take that away today, that we're like the sun rising in the morning, that we are really and truly more powerful than we've been told or that we've been given credit for. And to know that each and every one of you have this amazing opportunity to change the world within you. And as you change that world within you, automatically we will change the world around us. The world around us did not create us. The world around us was created by the same that created us. However you want to label it, think about it, worship it, it doesn't matter. It is still the process of creation. And right now, we are beginning to understand that it's a co-creation, that the oneness is everything. And that everything is millions and billions, gazillions of things, each uniquely doing what it does to create the larger whole process. We need you. You need you. Your children's children need you. The world will be a different place in 100 years. A completely different place. If we were to come back with the same mind that we have now and look at it, we just would be lost. We wouldn't understand it whatsoever. But this we do and can understand, is that we, no matter what point we come back into, or if we ever do, that we are always part of a greater whole process that is balanced. And what we're witnessing now is the imbalance. Come back into your physical body. Check in with your nerves, your cells, whatever your illnesses are. Look around you at what you're eating, what you're doing, where you're going, how you're thinking. All of that affects us. And it's in that moment when we honor that self as in the prayer or the mantra, we shine like diamonds in the sun. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings in the world be happy and free. That's my wish for you. That's my wish for myself. That's my wish for the trees, the birds, the dogs, the cats, all of life. Let's come back home to the precious beingness that we are, and know that it may not be readily accepted in our families, in our social communities, in our political communities specifically, because most of those communities have accepted something so small about themselves. And they feel trapped, and they create that trapped feeling for all of us. And it's time now for all of us to have that brand new day and to say, I'm free. I'm free. Not free to do harmful things, not free to be greedy, not free to emulate all of those things that brought us to this place. But I'm free to honor and share my love and my light and my peace, not only with others, but within myself. Oh, bless you all. I'm scrolling down through here and just seeing so many beautiful faces and people. And I want to thank you for all that you offer to the world. And you may not even be aware of. And this is the thing that excites me, is when I see people or I hear about people doing things that they never expected to do before. And, this is where it is. Where are your dreams? Listen for those dreams, those visions of beauty, those visions of kindness, those visions of love that we're lacking in the world right now. And know that by bringing them into ourselves first, by honoring who we truly are, and let's not adapt the commodity outlook. We are not a commodity. We are not a number. We are the primary living being on this planet. And let's honor that and bring that back into what is as close as we can to what I call the original blueprint. Whatever that is. Know that we were not put into these bodies. And these bodies put into this atmosphere and this third dimension to suffer. Suffering is what we have caused by our ignorance. I love you. I thank you. I respect you. I am you. You are me. We are unity. Take a deep breath. May the peace within you rise and be seen and be heard around the world. Blessings to each of you. We'll see you on Facebook during the week or wherever we may meet. And know that my love is with you, and I thank you and appreciate you for being on this journey with me at the same time. And I send you my love and my peace and my light. And know that, yeah, even in the struggles, there are moments where the light will shine, and it's grab those moments. Grab those moments and remember that that's really what it's all about. That's what it's really about. And if we can lift ourselves up, not expecting somebody else to do it, but take hold of the reins and lift ourselves up, because the energy is there. It's there for us to do it with, and it's been flowing with us even in our darkest night. And I could tell stories about that in my life. I didn't come here on an easy ticket. So I understand all of what you're going through. Bless you all. Listen to Brand New Day by Sting. I find it one of my favorite songs. And when I was reminded of it today, I said, yeah, it's a brand new day. What am I going to do? Love you all. Bless you. Thank you. You know, I'll send you little hearts and when I go through this again. And yeah, if you have questions, you know, I will answer if they're within reason. So that just, yeah, have a great day. Bye-bye.